Now I want to do a little something here. I'll take a liberty. This is a piece I've never read before out loud. What I do is I write things real hard, write them, 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 write them. Then I start doing them around the house from a piece of paper, and I start changing it a little bit, and then I print it out again, print it out again, print it out again. Finally, I start reading it to the audience, and then I start to memorize it, and I have it on cards after I read it, and then after the cards, I got it from memory. Three of the things I did here tonight, I was reading when I came here 2 weeks ago. So this is a quick process. I want to try this on you. I'm trying it on you. I admit that. I don't give a shit if you like it or not, because I'm going to do it. I don't worry about the audience. The audience doesn't mean shit. Okay? I do this. All right? This is going to be for the ending of the show, and that's called I Kind of Like It When a Lot of People Die. And this piece of material is called I Kind of Like It When a Lot of People Die. But you have to realize I'm reading, it's going to lose a lot of the value. I just want to hear the words out loud, okay? Remember when I said earlier I like to stop at traffic accidents and look at the bodies? Well, it's true. I like it. I like any kind of tragedy or disaster, you know? Love fucking disasters and tragedies. People always think I'm kidding, but I'm not. It's true. I love it. All these things. Explosions, fires, plane crashes, train wrecks, cave-ins. I love them all, and the bigger the better. Because I got to tell you, folks, and I hope you're not going to go soft on me here, the truth is, I kind of like it when a lot of people die. You know what I mean? When a whole lot of people get killed. A couple of hundred, couple of thousand, couple of 100,000. I like it. It makes me feel good. And I want you to know I really mean this. It's hard to convince people you really mean something like this. Especially when you're a comedian. They say, well, he's just trying to get laughs. No, not making a joke. I swear to God, I fucking mean it. I mean it with all my heart. I really like it when a lot of people die. I can't help it. It just makes me feel good. And I know some people think these kind of thoughts are ghoulish and demented and sick, but I know they're not. And I know these feelings are normal and quite common. I know that a lot of you feel the same way, but you're afraid to admit it because society has told you that nice people don't take pleasure in mass death. But you're wrong, because I think mass death is terrific and I'm a really nice fucking guy. And not only is mass death terrific, I think it's really exciting. I used to think that was the only thing I liked about it, that it was exciting, you know. Big disasters are exciting, and the more dead there are, the more exciting it is. And then I realized, no, it's not the excitement I like. It's the dead people. That's the part I really enjoy. You know the best thing you can hear on television? We interrupt this program. You know the worst thing? No one was hurt. Oh, God, I hate that. Everybody got out alive. Brings me down, because I really like a high death count, and I don't care who gets killed, I don't give a shit, as long as it's not me, and as long as it's not somebody close to me. Although to tell you the truth, if it's a really good disaster, the people close to me, they're on their own. They just have to work it out, that's tough shit. Some people say, well, that's all very amusing, George, but you'd feel a whole lot different if there was really a big disaster and one of your loved ones got killed. And I think, no, I wouldn't. Not really. Maybe it would be a little less fun than usual, but if it was a really good disaster, it might be okay. As long as a lot of other people died too, you know, strangers, lots of them. Because the truth is, folks, the only thing I care about is fun. That's all. Entertainment. That's all I want. A good show. The way I look at it, that's the only reason I'm here on Earth. For the entertainment. Philosophers say, why are we here? And I tell them I'm here for the fun. What else could it be? What else? I'm not here to grow crops. I'm not here to build bridges. I'm not here to atone for my sins or help my fellow man. And I'm certainly not here to worry and suffer and sweat. I'm here to see the fucking show. To me, the world is one big theatrical production. A long-running show. A big round ball revolving around a big round sun. Theater in the round. It's all a big show. And when you're born, they give you a free ticket. And I say, bring on the show. Enjoy the entertainment. Enjoy it now. There's no second show. Especially the big disasters. And that's what I like the most. Big natural disasters. Doesn't matter what it is either. Tornado, hurricane, earthquake, blizzard, typhoon, sandstorm, cave-in, volcano, heat wave, cold wave, tidal wave, monsoon, flood, drought, forest fire, mudslide, avalanche, epidemic, pandemic, famine, plague. Shit, you know something? I'll even settle for some food poisoning at a church picnic. I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter as long as a lot of people die. And those are just the natural disasters, the things that we can't prevent. I also like the man-made disasters, the things we cause. Riots, revolutions, terrorism, slaughter, massacres, atrocities, assassinations, mass suicide, self-mutilation, dismemberment, explosions, crashes, train wrecks, arson, chemical spills, nuclear meltdowns, war crimes, genocide, crimes against humanity, crimes against nature. You know something? I'll even settle for a runaway merry-go-round. A runaway merry-go-round spinning out of control, 60 miles an hour, 200 revolutions a minute, children flying off one by one. And they all land in a big pile right in front of the fun house, right next to the cotton candy, because to me it's all big fun. It's all a fun house. I don't give a shit. It's all fun. What is there to care about? What is there to care about besides friends and family and being in love, being crazy in love and eating a fucking hot dog? Nothing else matters. It's all bullshit. The rest of it is all bullshit. And the more you think it matters, the more power you give it. The more power you give it, the more it takes control of you. And the more it takes control of you, the less fun you have. And the more you find yourself running around the shopping mall looking for a dustbuster and a salad shooter, trying to find a sale so you can use your credit card and get some extra mileage points so you can get a cheap flight to Cancun with all the other people who aren't having any fucking fun, and get ripped off and sunburned and drink too much so you can throw up in the airport just before you get back on the plane. Building up mileage points again and continue not having any fun. Folks, you gotta have fun. That's why I like it when a lot of people die. That's why I like big disasters. And no matter what the original disaster is, I always hope that at least the complications that are worse than the original problem. Worse and worse and worse. Like if a huge 72-inch water main ruptures in the downtown section of a city and water rushes through the streets and basements causing power failures that knock out all the traffic lights, and a monstrous traffic jam ties up the entire city and emergency vehicles can't get through and sick people begin to die, and the people who aren't sick begin to panic and try to escape the city, and a lot of them get trampled to death. And at the same time, one of those month-long global warming heat waves comes along and starts killing old people and babies, and there's still no electrical power for air conditioning and no water for sanitation, so contagious diseases begin to break out, like cholera and typhus and dysentery, and all the old people and babies become infected and start to die, and the infected people become deranged and demented, and they start storming the hospitals demanding medicines, and the hospitals can't handle the casualties, so the sick and infected people start rioting and looting and burning their clothing in the street, and the flames drive them crazy, and they start killing people and lighting hundreds of buildings on fire, and since there's no water, the entire city begins to burn, and the natural gas lines start exploding, and the people who aren't sick yet get angry and start shooting the sick people, and hanging them from lampposts and looting homes and stores, and fornicating and defecating in the streets. Some of them actually butt-fucking on the steps of City Hall. And then, as the whole city burns out of control, huge sparks are carried away by the wind, and the suburbs and countryside catch fire, and the wind ignites huge brush fires several counties wide that come together into one big fire and spread to the forest, and the forests burn out of control, developing into a huge firestorm traveling 200 miles an hour, consuming everything in its path as the western United States burns completely out of control, creating a coast-to-coast smoke cloud that chokes millions of animals and old people, and the prevailing winds push the fire farther and farther east, igniting the central plains where the prairies and grasslands catch fire and burn uncontrollably, and then pushed by the violent winds, the grass fires leap the Mississippi River, enveloping the eastern forest, and a huge thermal updraft develops that's sucked up into the jet stream, causing a hemispheric incendiary macro system, a mega firestorm that begins to rapidly alter the molecular structure of the magnetosphere. South poles suddenly reverse, and huge sparks and thunderbolts start shooting out of the poles, and the ozone layer catches fire, which combined with El Nino rapidly raises the temperature of the oceans, completely changing the global climate, and all the ice caps and glaciers melt in less than 2 weeks, raising the level of the oceans by 300 feet, and flooding all the coastal places and low-lying regions, completely fucking up places like San Diego. And a lot of people die. Wouldn't that be cool?